Mr. Rashon Howard. We're very excited to have you join us, and you can take it away.
For whatever reason, God has always placed a mentor around me in every aspect of my life, in every chapter of my life, whether it be in grade school, in high school, every single job I ever had was always some old head that somehow I wound up getting attached to his rib the whole time I was at that job. And a good number of them I still stay in touch with. And so, one of the things about me is I'm a huge proponent of paying it forward. And I know that I've been blessed in every aspect of my life, that there was someone more seasoned than me that always mentored me to ensure that I was able to maximize my success and what I was able to do. And so I've always found a passion in making sure that I've given back to the generation before me. And, like my bio said, I'm a 12-year financial professional, but really I'm an advocate for economic equality. They say it's going to take 228 years to close the wealth gap, but I really do think that the wealth gap can be closed in our lifetime if we begin to do the right things. And one of those things is really economically empowering our youth, because they are the generation behind us. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. The reality is the founding fathers of America had predicated and hoped that for us. So we continue to not know what we don't know. But then they didn't think that people like me were going to be born. So, when I look at the youth, I always think about where they're coming from and what their mindset is. And it's funny that, Tanya, you talked about the why, the how, and the what. I'm going to reverse it a little bit. You talk about the why, the how, and the what of what you do. But I'm going to reverse it of what our young adults and our children are looking at when people like us walk into their space. They want to know, who the heck are you? What do you want from me? And why are you even here? In the moment we recognize that as adults or mentors, teachers, parents, then we can really begin to assist them and help them with what they're looking for. When you think about the why, the who, and the what, and where they're coming from, we really need to tackle the value and how they value themselves. And a quote that I absolutely live by is, I'm not a product of my circumstance. I'm a product of my decisions. And when we think about youth empowerment, when we think about economic equality, when we think about building generational wealth, all I can think about is when I turn on the news every night at 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock and find out that we lost another young black male or female to either the bullet or the one who triggered the bullet. And the reality is, it's because they don't have the right mindset. They don't know what their value is. And they weren't given an opportunity of knowledge that empowers them to be more than what they think they can be. And so when I look at economic empowerment, I look at that as a key, a way to get away from this violence. Because if our young people begin to value themselves, begin to see that they can be more than a drug dealer or a sports or athlete or a rapper or musician, they can see that they can be accountants and lawyers like Devin, and business owners like Tanya, and financial advisors like myself. They can see that there's another way out, another value to life. Then they will look at life differently. And so I understand the sensitivity of our young children when you talk about economic empowerment and empowering our youth, that we really need to look at who we are to them when we walk into that room. Our accolades, our resume doesn't mean anything, but how are we portrayed in their eyes when we walk into that room? And we have to ensure that we are giving more to them than we're taking. We have to have the ability to listen and connect. We have to make sure that we're understanding where they're coming from. We're feeling their pain, and we're not over talking them when they're trying to express their feelings to us. And then we have to make sure we let them know we are there for them, encouraging them, empowering them, but also being the right example for them as a mentor. The way we walk, the way we talk, we don't realize that we are constantly being watched as adults, as leaders, as parents, as teachers. So going back, when I think about youth empowerment and Sean LLC, and yes, it is a play off my name, and with me being a financial advisor and also having an accounting degree from LaSalle University, I am Mr. Acronym. And so Sean stands for Strength, Hope, Opportunity, and Nourishment. But what that company is an organization that empowers youth and young adults grades 6 through 12 to ensure that they have the financial literacy, the knowledge, and the ability to be who and whatever they want to be in their life. And our hope is that our organization can bring resources and excitement that they can reach for the stars and they can just keep going, but also understand the importance of paying it forward. Our staff consists of high school seniors and college students. Because when you talk about the value of youth empowerment, let's think back on when we went out for our first jobs. Let's think back on when we're negotiating our salary. What are the important factors? We hate to talk about title, but in the corporate world, that is golden. That is God, right? So if I can start a company, build a company, create a multi-million-dollar company, and give a college junior the chief marketing officer role, and he has that for the 2 years that he's in college, and then he goes to try to get a job at a Johnson & Johnson or a Merck as a marketing officer, he now has the ability to have a higher starting salary than he would have had with just a college degree. And so I think it's important as we're building our businesses that we make room for our young adults and our children to take on leadership roles so that way they can get the experience while they're still learning, so they have the ability to get higher paid salaries. That's a huge importance. Because that's what these companies do. They want experience, but they don't want too much experience, right? You're either overqualified or underqualified. So why don't we help our youth become qualified? While also giving them the knowledge and the ability to grow and learn and build financial wealth. 5 huge words: focus, time, energy, skill, and choice. Find opportunities continuously until satisfied. Time is the most expensive thing on this earth you can waste. Your energy is gold, so covet it. Your skill is your ability and your passion to move forward and to get whatever you want in your life, but you have to make the choice to be consistent and to go for the opportunities, understanding that fear is going to come, but failures are only lessons. And those same 5 values, I try to instill in every young person that I can put my hands on. When I think about youth empowerment, I think about building the right mindset. I think about what their value is to themselves and to their community. And I think about the knowledge that they may not have gotten if it wasn't for leaders like every single person on this call today. So I want to thank you guys for having me. Hopefully, I was able to share a little bit on how we can empower our youth. And I like to leave the rest of my time for questions.
I know everyone here in the office was on pins and needles while you were speaking. So you're not only speaking to the young people, you're speaking to the old people too.
Yes.
Very, very, very motivating. So, I'm a know-it-all, but I think you told me a few things that I didn't know. So again, thank you.
Awesome.